Greetings and welcome back to Doctor Who Revisited, where I go through every single episode of Doctor Who from 1963 all the way to 2025 and review them. And now we are on to the final episode in the Quest for the Key to Time season, and that is, of course, the Armageddon Factor. I really like this one. I really do. I mean, it is a perfect, brilliant end to such an exciting season. We had our ups and downs, mostly ups than down, more than downs, but I mean, it had to end eventually, and what a way to end it. I mean, it starts out like a pretty normal, average Doctor Who episode. Again, base under siege, there's a war going on, two different races fighting each other over nothing. I mean, that is like quintessential Doctor Who, isn't it? There's a crazy, power-hungry military war general. There's a peaceful and beautiful princess. She's in love with a handsome surgeon guy. Yeah, all the elements are there for a Doctor Who episode, except, just like is per usual with Doctor Who, nothing is quite as it seems. There's something weird going on with the Marshal. He seems to be talking to himself into a mirror. And then we discover, as slowly as the plot goes along, that he's actually being controlled. And there's a puppet master guiding him and essentially controlling the war. And we find out even later in the episode that that same puppet master is basically manipulating both sides of the conflict. And there's a reason why we don't see any of the other people and on the other side of the war, the Zeons, because there are no Zeons to see. It's like the Atrians of Atrios are basically just waging a desperate war against nothing, against a computer mainframe. Essentially, for lack of a better term, they're fighting shadows. Fitting, isn't it? Now, I will say about the planet Atrios, we don't really get to see too much of it, but the set design is pretty generic. I mean, it doesn't really look too spacey, too sci-fi. But I think my favorite part about the planet was actually the Marshal's uniform. I think the as far as uniforms go, and you know, I have spoken a lot about the costumes throughout the entire season. I think for the most part, the costumes during this season were top notch. Last episode of The Power of Kroll, not quite, exciting, but I do love the Marshal's attire, and I do love the symbol. It's on his chest. It's also on the wall. It's essentially basically the seal of Atrios, and obviously the costume design for Princess Astra of Atrios looks really good. It's another one of those planets in Doctor Who that I wish we got to know more of. And again, I guess this is going to be a following trend now. I guess the novelization expands on it a little bit more, but from what I know, there really isn't that much else from the planet Atrios explained. Now, there is, of course, the second Key to Time series, which was on Big Finish, and Princess Astra does play a part in it, but Atrios does not so much, if you catch my meaning. It's a bit complicated. You kind of have to listen to the audio to know what I'm talking about, but for the most part, Atrios and Zeos, I suppose, are just some of those generic one-off planets that never really get explored, which is, it's a shame, but hey, they served a purpose in the story, and the purpose, of course, was to bring us to the sixth segment of the Key to Time, which, as we all know, if you've seen the episode, is actually Princess Astra herself. And I love how they really just this whole series is for a six-parter. It has great pacing, and I love how they really just lead you on with clues about what the sixth segment is. I think out of all the episodes in this season, this one, serials I should say, out of all these serials in this season, this one really heavily focuses on the segment of the Key to Time, as opposed to some of the other one. But the as far as like I said, the pacing, like the tracer first detects that the six piece might be behind that door that they see in the beginning of the episode, and then once Astra is no longer in that room, the segment is gone. But the tracer still picks up traces on like pieces of jewelry and other accessories that the princess leaves behind, leading you on to this idea that, okay, so something that the princess has on her person might potentially be the sixth segment of the Key to Time, just like the necklace from the Stones of Blood from again Vivian Faye, that I keep forgetting the name of her real character, but you think it's something like this, but as the plot goes along, and like I said, there's really really good pacing there of letting you know slowly that, oh yes, she's not wearing the sixth segment, she is the sixth segment, and they really only intentionally drop that bombshell on you by the end with the whole sixth princess of the sixth generation of the sixth dynasty, whatever it is she says, 666, never really a good combination of numbers there. But yeah, as far as I've criticized the way the planet Atrios look, I mean, of the little we do get to see of it, planet Zeus looks incredible. And it really just serves as a great dichotomy between what this planet looks like and what the other planet looks like. It kind of tricks you into thinking that maybe one side of the war is the more righteous as opposed to the other one. I mean, we get introduced to the essentially the evil warmongering general who doesn't really care too much about the safety of his own people. All he cares about is winning. Even after the war is officially declared over, he goes over to destroy Zeus by himself. And you almost get tricked into thinking that Zeus is actually on the good side, but then it's that brilliant Doctor Who balance of showing you that no, there is no good side or bad side in war. In war, all sides are wrong. Wars are terrible. Only fools start wars, and even the foolish ones continue on with the wars. And the Doctor pretty much says it outright. I mean, there's the best, the ultimate weapon to win a war is peace. And in wars, there are no winners and losers, because in war, everybody loses. And that is the message that Doctor Who permeates so brilliantly and so often in the show's history. But speaking a little bit more about Zeus, it's kind of nice to see K9 taking charge in this episode. This episode really does highlight K9 a lot. K9 shines in this episode, first with the whole meeting of the Zeon Commandant, and then later in the episode where he taps into his darker side when he's taken over by the Shadow, and then of course where he's literally serving as a Trojan horse or a Trojan dog, hiding the Doctor and Drax inside him. It's brilliant. I really do think K9 is on top notch. I mean, we didn't get any K9 at all in the previous episode, but we got so much K9 goodness in this episode that I guess maybe, just maybe, it was worth it. I don't know. But the main villain of the episode, I mean, you at first you think the Marshal is the villain. I mean, and he does a really good job at it. I mean, he's crazy, unhinged. I wouldn't even say psychopath, but I mean, John Woodvine carries this role beautifully. I mean, one could argue that he's really one-dimensional, and yes, partially it's because he's being controlled by the Shadow for the most of the episode. But I mean, that's what warmongering is. I mean, it's a very surface level thing, and oftentimes when they portray wars in shows and movies, and Doctor Who is no exception to that, a lot of the times it is very, very surface level at best. So yeah, I don't really mind the one-dimensionalness of the Marshal too much, because we got the character of Shap, basically his right-hand man, who's there to kind of serve as the rational voice in the War Cabinet, so to speak. But I mean, the Marshal isn't the main villain; it's the Shadow, and the Shadow is terrifying. The Shadow is a great Doctor Who villain. I mean, he's evil to the max. He's manipulative. He's calculating. I mean, he basically has the Doctor dead to rights. I mean, he has the Doctor at his mercy, where he can put him in that torture chamber whenever he wants and force the Doctor to do whatever he wants, to do whatever he tells him to. But when the Doctor outright refuses to let him into the TARDIS, he's like, okay, fine, you do you. And he takes all of his mutes and just goes. He leaves him to his own devices, knowing that the Doctor's gonna slip up eventually. So, yeah, that is what really makes a Doctor Who villain more terrifying. It's not the creepy voice, it's not how powerful they are, it's how clever they are and how confident and sure of their own victory they can be. And I think the Shadow really expresses that beautifully. And at many times, he does have all the cards, much like what's his name? The Count Grando of Gracht, sorry, from Androids of Tara. He has all the cards. I mean, he has Princess Astra. He has Romana at one point. He even manages to corrupt K9, and he got K9 to actually attack the Doctor. So yeah, this is how terrifying this character is, and how controlling he can be. And he's not even, the Thanos level villain, which is, of course, is the Black Guardian, which we'll get to in just a minute. And then, in episode 5, the penultimate part of the 6-parter, we get introduced to Drax, which is apparently someone who was with the Doctor in the Academy. It's basically, they went to school together, and he even uses his somewhat real name. He uses a nickname that the Doctor used to have back during the days of the Academy, Theta Sigma, or Theet, as he affectionately calls him, which kind of lets us into what the Doctor's real name is. Or rather, his nickname is Theta Sigma, which of course then leads us to his real name, which is Delta to the power of 3 Sigma X squared, if you can work that out. All of that aside, so I love that we get some hints at the Doctor's past and the Doctor's true identity, but we don't get too much. We don't get spoiled by it. So yeah, I really like that inclusion in that show, in this episode. But overall, I think the character of Drax is kind of redundant. I think he was literally there to make this a 6-parter as opposed to a 4-parter. And this episode very well could have been a 4th-parter. I mean, they pretty much had everything solved that they needed to once they introduced the time loop element into the episode. And by the way, the time loop, I think, was done brilliantly, with literally feeling like a time loop. That wasn't too extravagant, and the importance of the time loop in the episode and how they got there with manufacturing a fake piece for the 6th part of the Key to Time, and just having the Marshal and the Xeon computer locked in a never-ending attempt to finishing the battle, and never really getting there properly, which is, of course, is how they defeat the Shadow in the end with the deflection of the missiles. But I mean, you could have just had that. You kind of didn't really need Drax, because he was kind of an idiot. I mean, he built this stabilizer thing, which, by the way, I don't know what stabilizer shrinks people. I guess it's to stabilize them as they shrink. I don't know the specifics of and the inner workings of that ray gun thing, but why did he shoot the Doctor with it? I mean, like, it was so obvious to shoot the mute, not the Doctor, and yet he still did it so we can have a part 6. Like, why did he do that? And then he stupidly shoots himself with it. Like, what was this guy's game? And I get it, he was only introduced in the episode to explain away how the Xeon computer was built. And, I really did enjoy the character. I liked him. I just think he was incredibly useless in the episode. He only made things worse. And like I said, he extended the episode from being a 4-parter to being a 6-parter, when a lot of the things in the episode that made this a 6-parter could have been avoided. But you know what? I guess they decided on some kind of mandate that the final episode in each season has to be a 6-parter. So I guess that's why they kind of forced him into this finale. They could have introduced the character in some other way. They could have had him in a different episode. And on the Big Finish series, the Big Finish for the 4th Doctor series, and there are many, many, many episodes of the 4th Doctor. I mean, you think that the 4th Doctor has too many episodes on the TV show? Just wait until you jump into the Big Finish, son. I mean, like, he has like hundreds of episodes on audio. Even in that arena, he outclasses all the other Doctors. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, if you have Tom Baker, may as well use him. But yeah, Drax does show up in a bunch of episodes there. I haven't actually listened to any of them yet, but I'm aware that he shows up in some other episodes, and he actually shows up in several different incarnations, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, he's a very interesting character. Again, a figure from the Doctor's past who knows the Doctor's real name. And the way he's introduced is like essentially an independent contractor, a Mr. Fixer to a lot of people all around the universe. A guy that just makes stuff for people. I think he's a really cool introduction of a character. I really think it was a really cool idea for a character. I just feel like he was wasted in this episode, and it's a shame that we never got to see him again on the TV show. Maybe he's gonna show up on the modern series, but I doubt it. I mean, we did have the Ronnie just show up, another character from the Doctor's past, but I don't have much hope on seeing, of all Time Lord characters that could potentially show up, Drax is not high on the list for me. But yeah, so yeah. Oh! Almost forgot. The Black Guardian. The Black Guardian. It was really great to see him finally manifest in his true form, and of course he changes it to disguise himself as the White Guardian to trick the Doctor into giving him the key to time. And of course the Doctor figures it out right away that he's not really the White Guardian, because he is that smart, and he tricks the Black Guardian, and he disperses the key to time, and he builds a randomizer so he can basically travel anywhere without knowing where he's going, so that the Black Guardian doesn't find him. Would have been a lot nicer if the randomizer was actually true to his word, because as you'll see in the next season, a lot of the times the Doctor does end up where he wants to go, so the randomizer doesn't really do much. But it was a nice plot device to end the episode with. I mean, he does actually get up to a lot of shenanigans in the Doctor Who magazine comic strips, which is a whole thing in and of itself, but it's nice to see that at least someone sticks to the rules of the randomizer. But yeah, some really nice Doctor and Romana moments in the episode as well. And sadly, this is the last we'll see of Mary Tamm's Romana on the TV show, unless, of course, you count the dimensions in time. But whatever. But yeah, so next up, we got a different Romana with a very familiar face, of course. But if you want more Mary Tamm as Romana, again, Big Finish has you covered. In fact, on the Big Finish Gallifrey series, there are 2 Romanas, and they're fighting against each other. So yeah, really highly recommend checking that one out. But yeah, what a great way to end a season. Not the best season finale, I would say, in all, especially of the classic series, and not even for the Fourth Doctor. But it was good. It was a really, really good, solid wrap up to such an incredible storyline with the Key to Time. Unfortunately, this is one of the few Doctor Who seasons that actually follows a fully structured arc that was planned out from the beginning. From the beginning.
In the beginning.
And I believe it's the second one for the Fourth Doctor, because of course we had the first season, which was very well structured, but this one is even more so. And I don't think we really get a season like that for at least until the Sixth Doctor with Trial of a Time Lord season. But yeah, it was nice that they had a structured arc for the season. Would have been nice if Doctor Who did that more often, but we'll take what we can get. Anyways, this has been me. You have been you. Yeah, I think I said just about all I can say about this episode. Might have preferred it if more agents of the Black Guardian would have showed up across more episodes instead of just the one episode here. I guess Vivian Faye and Stones of Blood or whatever, but I would have preferred some more build up to the Shadow. But I think what we got from the Shadow in this episode was satisfying enough, or as K9 would say, about satisfactory. So yeah, this has been my thoughts on the Key to Time season. Glad it's all wrapped up, and now we got some more Doctor Who seasons with Tom Baker and Romana, but probably not the one you're expecting. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Beware the Black Guardian. Hello again. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment. See you next time.